What the fuck is up, Vans.com? Welcome to Vans.com, Channel 69. We are here on behalf of dublab, LA Phone Home, our bi-weekly show, second and fourth Thursdays of the month. We have a huge band here today. It is my honor to introduce, from Beverly Hills, California, Cryogeyser!
I'll see you soon.
Oh yeah, I'll get out of here.
I'll see you soon. I'll miss you.
Welcome back. Beautiful set by Cryogeyser. Thank you. Thank you. Just lovely.
Thank you. Thank you, Lauren, sir. This thing on. My little backpack.
So, can you introduce yourselves to Vans.com? Vans.
I'm Sean.
I'm Hunter.
Okay, so
Lauren.
I'm Lauren.
I guess you know already.
Okay, so a little bit about the band that we just saw perform, Cryogeyser. I would call a breakout act of the Los Angeles DIY scene. They kind of sprung up in 2019. I remember the first time I saw you guys play at the Smell, and it was very much like holy shit, this is a good band, which doesn't happen that often. And they sort of like rapidly put out their debut album, Glitch, in 2019. Absolutely incredible album. And then the pandemic struck, and a lot of people, it struck. Yeah, a lot of bands were very confused and took a step back and were reluctant to put music out and, you know, reluctant to even see each other. And I watched as you guys kind of doubled down and literally put 2 albums out during the pandemic, the first of which, Love is Land, and then you just put out Time Tethered Together.
Yeah.
So let's rewind, because I know Sean personally and Hunter, and I know that this was, you know, really fraught time, and it reflects in the albums. But tell me about the very beginning of the pandemic, where you guys were at as a band.
So basically it's like a part A and part B, Love is Land and Time Tethered Together.
Yeah.
So part A we recorded right at the beginning of COVID, like at the end of February.
Yeah.
And we were
Literally
about to...
the beginning.
Yeah, literally the beginning.
Like, we were skeptical.
Yeah, there's like news about it and stuff, and like we're all talking about it.
Making some jokes.
Yeah, making some jokes about it. We really didn't take it that seriously because we were going on a 10-day tour or something right after that up to like Seattle and back.
Right.
And so it was when we were in Portland, I think, is when it was like declared a pandemic or whatever. We all got like really fucking scared.
So you were on tour.
We weren't scared until we were hitting Santa Cruz, and then we were like, should we just
it was like all of our shows just started getting canceled. We're just like,
Cruz.
oh fuck, like this is kind of scary.
And was that before you recorded Love is Land?
We had like all of this plan to record these 2 albums within like a 3-month period from each other. So they were supposed to like be recorded, go on tour, record the other record, right?
Yeah.
Which we kind of started to do in March because our residency was supposed to be in April, right? So everything was lined up perfectly, perfect release plan. And then the pandemic started, so we ended up recording Time Tethered Together in July.
Yeah.
Which was still pretty on schedule, but
Right.
yeah.
Especially for like COVID. I don't know, like, and then like part B, Time Tethered Together, it was very like in the middle of like COVID, and like it kind of felt like the end of the world in a sense. So it was just kind of like, fuck, I guess we're gonna go and record this thing.
Yeah,
like.
right. In the studio all day with a mask on.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about being in the studio? Where did you record it?
What's it? Atomic Garden.
Atomic Garden with Jack Shirley. He engineered it.
Where was this?
This is in Oakland, California.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were kind of just there for 4 days. We recorded in like 2 days.
Yeah, we basically recorded the whole album like live. We're all in the same room together. All had to wear masks the entire time.
He'd just be like, mask.
Yeah,
because we kept forgetting. He'd be like, mask. But like no emotions. Mask.
Yeah.
Okay. Mask and standby.
Stand by? Yeah.
Standby.
And do you guys prefer to record in this live, quick way?
No.
Is it by choice, or is it just like budget? And
It was budget.
Yeah, definitely budget. We only had 4 days to do it. We only had the
insane.
studio booked for 4 days, and we had
Yeah.
to record 8 songs.
Right.
And
altogether.
mix them.
And mix them within 4 days.
That was just for this
track
side. The
everything,
other
mix
side,
it.
Stella and I and Hunter really hit it off. So we ended up staying up till like 4 in the morning some days.
Yeah, we
finishing
had a
stuff.
lot of time to work. We're all like homies.
Like Jack was
So-
super strict.
Yeah.
When you talk about Stella, you recorded something in the desert, right?
Yeah, with Nathan
What-
Sabatino and Stella Muscala.
What exactly did you record there?
Love is land.
Love is
Love
Land,
is
yeah.
Land.
So like part A of the.
Yeah.
Can
They're
you
both
tell-
recorded in 4 days. So
Right.
it's 8 days, 2 albums.
Right. I want to know more about the desert and that era of the pandemic.
That era. So I mean, it wasn't declared a pandemic yet. So like it was very like news was going around about like COVID and stuff like that at the time. We're kind of just like brushing it off though. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, like just like kind of
The
just like
classic
whatever.
American thing. If
Yeah.
it's not happening to us, it's not happening at
Yeah,
all.
we're like,
That
no, we're
was
going on
the-
tour. This is gonna be fine. It's gonna blow over. You know what I mean?
It didn't blow over.
Yeah, my girlfriend's mom's texting me like, "Don't go on this tour. Like this thing is like really weird.
She
like
really
please
knew.
don't go."
She
yeah.
really knew, and we thought she was being like really extra. But
Yeah, and I was like,
no,
dude, her
she-
mom is crazy. Like, why is
She
she like
really
texting
knew.
me all this stuff? But yeah, I don't know.
But recording the other one was like the thick of the pandemic, and that felt like a little more involved in a way.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like we were already like doing it, you know?
Yeah.
We're already like pretty good at it.
Right.
The March one, there was thankfully only 4 of us like isolated for that 4 days anyways, so if one of us had it, then all of us had it.
Yeah, for sure.
But none of us had it, I don't think.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about what was going on interpersonally that informed these albums at the time?
Interpersonally.
I think honestly most of these songs were like glitch era, some of these songs. I don't know, Hunter would come over on the day that we were gonna like present all the songs to the label, and I like had finished all the ends of the songs, but I don't know, we recorded in July and then I dipped out to Denmark.
What was in Denmark?
My ex-boyfriend, but you know, I did it. August during the pandemic, I went to Denmark.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like
And-
impossible to get into Europe.
Yeah, it was impossible
Right?
to get
Yeah.
anywhere except me by myself in the airport. So, like the song "Bed," you know, always wishing I was in Denmark.
Right.
Yeah.
One day I won't wish I'm in Denmark. That'd be cool. But Hunter, what were you doing? Hunter actually was like in Japan.
I was in Japan in
of that
January,
year.
yeah, and like
I didn't know that. During the pandemic?
Like kind of, I guess.
it was like 2 months before it was
Oh.
declared a pandemic, which I guess was like March,
Right.
like 2019, I guess. And then yeah, in February we went to Joshua Tree to record "Love Is
We
Land."
practiced every day for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then very ready to just like go on tour. We had like a whole release plan and everything.
Right.
I think in some way the reason we didn't like scale back during the pandemic is like for me at least, it was like if I was gonna lose everything else in my life, then I like had to keep this going.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be like a shame to like let our country's like lack of preparedness
Yeah.
and lack of public space, honestly, like the reason that no music could happen during this pandemic is because we didn't utilize parks or any sort of public
Yeah.
space to have performance. So I don't know, I was lucky to have Hunter and McCoy and now Will, honestly, who's like down to, because I can be a maniac. I'll be like, let's practice every single day. And if someone says yes, we'll do it.
But, I
no one
mean-
ever says yes to that. But
Yeah, but it was also like good to like practice every day because like I was literally like losing my mind in my house, just being there all the time.
Just you
know
and
what
the
I mean?
dogs.
So it was like really refreshing just to be able to like play with other people all
Right.
the time and just get this.
feel
it was
like we were
exciting.
working
Yeah, I
in
feel
a
like we
way.
were working in a way, and like nothing was open, everything was just shut down. So
yeah, just markets.
yeah.
Because everyone remembered just the markets. That was like the most fun thing I did all day during the pandemic.
Just
I
go to
dressed
the
up
market.
really hot. I'm like, all right, I'm about to do the big social thing of the year, which is go to the market.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph's, 2-hour line.
Right. It was scary too. I think just the sensation of going to markets and seeing empty shelves was honestly
toilet paper.
like
Oh yeah, like the first 2 weeks.
kind
yeah,
of
no
the
toilet paper,
disturbing
yeah.
part of well, I'm not going to make any lofty claims about COVID at bands.com channel 66. Tell me about the Denmark music scene. Is this something that inspires you?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I think one of our mix references for Love Is Land for Hive
ML
was the ML Book song,
Yeah.
I'm a Girl You Can Touch in Real Life. I actually had the pleasure of meeting a lot of these and like my friend Clarissa, I call it the Danish pop scene. And of course they have their own Danish pop scene, but it's these like fucking badass girls. It's like so girl dominated, girl producer dominated. They're not just like, no offense to like, I don't play the bass parts in my songs or the drum parts, but like for example, my friend Clarissa, is a composer.
Right.
Like most of these people in Denmark, at least the people I was hanging around, which was like kind of the avant-garde jazz noise scene, including, my ex's band Collider. Like they're all just so classically trained and so composition-minded. So I guess no, it didn't influence my music as much as like the kind of cold loneliness of Denmark definitely seeps through, like the thoughtfulness, I guess the rambling thinking all the time.
Right.
It's a good question. But they have a crazy pop scene, so if you want to be put on, we got ML Book.
There's a lot of
Melina.
music. Erica de Cassier.
Yeah, Erica, who's playing in March. Minty Boy Show. I'm going to be here.
I really want to go.
And then,
She's,
who
one of my
else?
favorites.
Clarissa, ML Book, Astrid Sone, Melina, Collider.
Yeah.
Himmelroom, my favorite. Himmelroom is my favorite Danish band.
Himmelroom?
Himmelroom. I think it means
Himmelroom.
sky tracer.
Himmelroom.
But I'm super deep with my head in the Scandinavian music scene, and I hope to return and play a show.
Yeah.
But that's it.
How do you feel about the Los Angeles music scene?
Honestly, it's getting better. I think after the pandemic, more people get an opportunity.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of bands called it quits over COVID too. I feel like some bands.
A lot of bands I love called it quits. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, like why? Damn.
Like
But,
who?
like Orkin's one.
Yeah.
Morgan called it quits.
Yeah, he's done, dude. Yeah.
It's like, where's
Love you,
Gold Cage?
Jeremy.
Where's
Shout out.
Gold Cage?
Oh yeah, Gold Cage too. Yeah.
I don't know if they called it quits.
Is Gum Country done? Like,
Actually,
Honey is sick.
she's
Gum
sick.
Country is one of the best bands in Los
Yeah, they're
Angeles.
amazing.
And
Still
Courtney
going?
got very, very, very sick from coronavirus and
shit.
has long COVID.
Yeah. I
But
think we have one.
that's a band that everyone should check out.
Yeah,
Gum
they're
Country.
Really good. Yeah.
Well,
One more question, 1 minute. How did you meet? How did you start playing music?
We met
each
through
other.
my ex.
yeah,
I needed
they
to
set up a play date for us. They dropped Hunter off with
Yeah.
with an amp, a guitar, and a case of beer.
I didn't know anyone in LA, and then my ex was just like, you should play music with
Wow.
Sean, and I went over to Sean's house, ended up living with them, we started this band
We made
together.
Leech and Small Stuff
Small Stuff,
and
yeah,
Hive all on the first day.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah, all those songs.
Now it's out. But
incredible. Well, thank you
thanks,
so
Hunter,
much.
for being here.
Yeah, of course.
With all the iterations of Cryogeyser and all the different collaborators, including like you and Cruz, and it's cool to like kind of have this continuous flow of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I feel
it's
like
everyone sticks around, and I love to see it.
I feel like you've successfully built a culture around your band.
Thank you. That was my
very
goal.
cool.
That's what I used to tell you. Well,
It's time for a Sean CD DJ set.
Let's get it.
Oh fuck!
Let's get it.
Here's my DJ set. I'm so sorry.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
ThankYouBands.com, channel 66.
I still can't get over the fact that you said channel 69 before. Hello.
Welcome back to Converse.com.
Thank you so much back to cryptocurrency.arena.com. Where's Will?
We're
Where's
here
Will?
live at the Crypto.com arena.
Just hold up the mic to your mouth. We got these cool mics. Look, I got a little backpack.
All right, so my first question from Crypto.com arena, what's your favorite crypto?
According to my Coinbase, I have a $2 every week charge of Ethereum. I did the math the other day. That means I'm charging $400 of Ethereum. So Ethereum is my favorite.
I don't have a favorite, but my least favorite is this one called Kind, because I lost like $700.
Oh, Will.
I bought it and it just immediately tanked.
Why
know
did you
you're in
buy it?
This guy said that it was good, but then it turned out to be kind of a pump and dump scam. So yeah, lost some cash. Yeah, I'm really bad at
about
crypto
that.
investing. Thank you.
So
Appreciate it.
back to the band.
Yes, and we have 10 minutes on this.
All right, so
This is the band as it stands, if you didn't guess it, without Lauren, until, you know, we program her.
all right, so you guys have a new album out. There's a show at Zebulon on Sunday for Time Tethered Together,
Yeah, you could bring your 3-year-old brother if you want.
an album that I love. One of my favorite parts of this album was the title track, Time Tethered Together. I think what's so interesting about your band is you have like an extremely succinct sound, and so whenever you like slightly depart from that, it's awesome to me.
Thanks.
And this was like, the album starts out with like a very acoustic song, which I enjoyed. Tell me about the writing of this album.
Like most of the writing, I did all of it probably in, it's like 5-minute increments of anxiety. So like Hunter used to live with me, and Will's around me enough to know this. It's like I'll pick up the guitar for 5 minutes, move away, go do something else, watch TV for 5 minutes, pick up the guitar for 5 minutes. So like Bed, for example, was worked on a lot, not worked on at all, and then like right before Hunter came over, I finished the outro.
Right.
So I kind of don't like limit myself to like this is a song. It's more like this is the experience of the feeling, and that like could be like months, that could be years.
Right.
But now I'm working like with Will a lot more, trying to hone in.
Yeah.
So are you working on another album beyond this?
We are. All right, how many demos we got?
To be honest, we are. Yeah. Yeah, we got like 12 demos right now.
Wow.
Yeah. We might write some more, but yeah, we're working, we're cooking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're about to take a nice long sleep, so in case you liked seeing Cryogeyser play every single week.
Is there a theme of the music you're writing currently? Do you find some like recurring ideas?
Maybe from somebody who's not writing it. What do you think?
In the music and lyrics, well, this song Sean's written over a long period of time. Like, some of them are a couple of years old, and some of them were written like this year. So, no, it's like a pretty diverse array of themes, but a lot of stuff was going on in Sean's personal life. So there's some breakup moments.
There was a breakup moment. There was a
But
breakup.
there's also some love moments.
And
so
also some
it's all
anger,
over.
for
There's
real.
some pissy moments, you know. It's like being a human. There's a
Yeah.
lot of feelings.
Yeah.
So no, there's not a consistent theme.
What are you angry at?
For a long time I was angry, like everyone mostly is in a breakup, at someone else, right? Then I was really angry at myself, and then I was just angry that I didn't know all the stuff that I usually come up with in the songs, like advice to myself, until it was too late. But then I've come to the conclusion this month that it's never too late to make a fucking album.
So what's some of this advice to yourself that you've come to in hindsight?
Good question.
Honestly, angry is a good example of it. Just like really not to lead with anger and not to lead with your anxiety. And also, like what you were talking to me and Hunter about before, like the reason we buckled down and didn't just like give up is like to really like see your emotions through. Because like if you stop short on anything, right? If you don't say what you want to say or do anything like that, then like you're always gonna have a regret. Like Time Tethered Together, I love that song, but we never finished it. So now it leaves me a lot of space to, you know, it leaves me a lot of space to like perform whatever I want on it live, but it's also like
Right.
something I learned through this breakup and through going into this new set of demos is like, for example, no. I don't think that we should have recorded these 2 records in 3 days each. Do I think we did a really good job? Yes. But do I want to sit down with this record?
Right.
Do I want to sit, like, it goes for everything in your life. Like, do I want to sit down with the feeling, or do I just want to react?
Right.
Because I can, you know what I mean?
And so, do you have a vision for how you would ideally like to record the next album?
All I know is it should sound thick.
Yeah.
You know, we've had Dan playing with us lately, and having another guitar just sounds like fucking crazy. Hunter been trying to make that happen forever.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really trust people that easily.
Yeah.
So the people like in my band I spend most of my time with. It's also like Kraus was saying, it is like my diary entries essentially. So if someone doesn't care about what's going on, I can't do it with them. But for the new album, it's a little bit of emo. We want some like proper shoegaze song on there, and you know, Will happens to be, you know, shoegaze zeitgeist. If you ever listen to Kraus,
It's my other band.
it's his other band. He's really good. You should listen to it. Also just released an album. But he's a great producer also. And honestly, like I've never demoed. This is my second time demoing, and like having someone in my band who can do it is really cool because it's so fast. He would like come over during the beginning of my breakup and just like sit on my bedroom floor with me. It was like a mic and like all my clothes in my entire closet on the floor. So
Yeah, I feel like for this record, we're just entering the phase of like we've been collecting stuff for a while, and now we're sort of gonna try and sort through it and like I think try and come up with a cohesive like sound for it. But and I think that's really what we're gonna be thinking about for the next like couple months. But I definitely have I think Sean and I have a vision for it being probably the most like sonically cohesive Cryogeyser album. Like we don't know exactly what that means yet, but I really want it to be like something like all the songs make sense together.
yeah, I mean that's really interesting because I do think that's the one thing a lot of the time when I listen to it, that the Cryogeyser gets treated as like an indie band all the time, which is totally fine, but I think the production and the treatment of it a lot of the time when it passes hands ends up being super thin.
Right.
But I want like lush, thick guitars, like even if it's not what I'm gonna accomplish live. You know, I was obsessed with the album starting or sounding exactly like we did live. And all the feedback live is like, it sounds just like the record. But now I feel like we've proven ourselves enough where we can make a record that's just like, has so many parts and so many different instruments, and you know, maybe the live performance will be a more stripped down version of that, but I want to like go into the studio for 2 weeks.
That's cool.
I want to Rick Rubin this shit.
To be honest, I was taking another listen to the album last night, and I'm like, wow, it sounds down to like, I can tell you're using like your vocal pedal.
Hell
like,
yeah.
I fully, and I know that like you have this like super specific guitar like relic. It's like the craziest. It's what you would get like a 10-year-old who's just starting to learn guitar in like 1997 or something. And I feel like there's a specific setting on this huge machine that is like the Cryogeyser sound.
It is. So if anybody else tried to buy the pedal and use the sound, I'd be like, eh.
So yeah, I was listening to this last night, and I was like, it's like amazing because it's exactly how you sound live in this like incredibly specific way, and you have a sound. And I also was like, I want to hear more. Like I want an expansion of that. I wasn't gonna say it, but
I'm glad you said it. I can take it. I can take a crit.
I mean, I love the album.
I love you.
I love you.
Also, Lauren Early, amazing musician.
Should we make out? Should we end this?
Make out on Fans Channel 66. Let's have one kiss, one mouth kiss. This is our first time kissing. Do it.
No, we kissed on New Year's.
Oh, true. TMZ. Short clones kiss on Vans Channel 66. We have 2 more minutes before Cruz, who I have to give a little intro to Cruz, unless you have one.
Absolutely.
It would be that Cruz, I met Cruz when they were what, 17, 18? And they would just show up at all the Cryogeyser shows and we're like so down. And there was like a couple times where I'm always pretty nice to everybody, but I was like busy or annoyed or upset or whatever I am when I'm playing. And then Cruz just kept showing up, and Cruz always took the most incredible photos of me and Hunter. I, kind of hate concert photography, but Cruz really you could tell Cruz understood the music, or Cruz understood the scene, or honestly understood me. Like, I never seen Cruz post a picture of me where I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking? Because that for me is like the worst part of being a performer. Yeah. Someone will post a picture and be like, I'm like, there's no way you thought that was okay. But
yeah, no, I saw it. I was there. I was like going to these shows, and this person was just always there, and like it was
like
cool.
busting out from Downey. Like, we love Cruz.
Yeah.
But Cruz is also an incredible, music listener and tastemaker, and important part of the LA music scene and beyond. So I'm super excited to have him close out this really great day that we just had. And thank you to the whole Bands Channel 6016.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for the
We had a lot of fun.
shoes. My mom would be so proud that I did something where I received something for free.
Yeah.
You know, that's always good. We love that. And thanks to Will.
Yeah.
And thanks to Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren.
And Lottie. And Hunter. Seriously, couldn't have done this without everybody who's involved. And that's the same always moving forward through time and space, that everybody who's involved with Cryogeyser is always involved if they want to be.
Let's party for
Take
30
it away,
minutes.
Cruz.
Thank you, Sean. Shout out to Cryogeyser. I'm Crux. Shout out Wavelength Records. Shout out to Christ, Cold Star. We're out here, Los Angeles. What's up? And here we go.